see. Hi everybody, it's Danny, TexturecosplayMedia. I've been trying to record this video for a week now. I have been interrupted so many times, I'm not even joking. I'm so annoyed. Honestly, I've been trying to make videos like this for a while, and I'm like, well, let's just start with an update video. Or update and just kind of a summary of what I did last year. Now, I'm looking at my phone because I need to make sure what I did last year and give my opinions and thoughts about what happened and how it went, and just some information about those events that I went to. Now, 2025 was, compared to other years, very scarce in terms of my involvement and attendance to many of these events. So there's not that many, but very interesting nonetheless. Every year, every time there's something interesting or just to make note of. Now, the first event I went to in January of, not January, it was, yeah, looks like it was January. January was, 2025 was the Chicago Flying Fairies Chinese dance performance. It was actually a performance of many types of dances from Chinese culture. And also, one of my friends is there. Now, I never thought about this till now. I'm like, I've known this person for so long, but I don't think I've ever talked to them in person. So if you see me, what's up with that? we got talk, like. But I went there. I saw that she was performing. I always knew she was a performer. It's just that I never. It's not that I couldn't even get the time. I just kind of like had so many other things, like big conventions, I guess, that it made me completely forget about everything else in the city, which I kind of regret because I used to go to Chinatown constantly. Like, I grew up with a lot of Chinese culture, so for me, I have that polarization towards Chinese culture, dance, food, and so on and so on. If you didn't know, I grew up in Chinatown, essentially going there, just looking at everything, what they're doing, a lot of things. So yeah. Anyways, the performance was amazing. Of course, I'm gonna see if I can put some photos here somewhere, showing the photos that I took. Now, this is like the photographer in me, like just photographer knows. So seating, it's an auditorium, of course. There's the stage. Now, I didn't know that. I thought it was gonna be like free, as in like pick. But then again, I remember there's different tiers. So I was like, oh, I wonder where I'm gonna be. I grabbed the $25 one, I think. And then there were different tiers. There's like more expensive ones. So the most expensive, I assume it was gonna be right front row, which it was, and then the middle, the next, and then at the top, that was the 25. Now, saying that, I was pretty much at the very back, which, a photographer must always be prepared. So, of course, I took my 70 to 200 millimeter just in case, because you never know. If I was close, I'll probably use my prime lenses. I don't have a zoom lens. It kind of broke, but I'm working on that. So I had my 70-200 ready, and I had two prime lenses, 50-30, but I could have zoomed in 1.5, whatever. I could have cropped in even further, so it wouldn't really matter to me. Now, handy, it was great. Now, the whole performance was amazing, of course. The music, the colors, the stage. That was something that was kind of funny though, it's never really happened to me in this intensity. So I have a DSLR, of course. It's not a mirrorless. So when I take a photo, you hear the shutter. For some reason, being all the way in the back, or not really surprising, but kind of also, every time I took a photo, it's like it made such a loud echo that it sounded like do 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 do. I was like do 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 do. And especially some parts where the music's like it's like it comes down, it's like soft and stuff. And it's just funny because I think exactly where I was sitting in the back, the whole wall, everything was like amplifying the clicks. I heard it obviously in front of me. It's right in my face. The camera's like click, and then it just echoes. It's like click, 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 like very loud. It was first I was like, oh, in my head I was like, oh jeez, people are gonna know exactly when I take and how many photos I'm taking, and it's kind of awkward. Like, I usually don't care. I don't think about that kind of stuff, but it was pretty loud. Like those clicks were every photo, and especially like I said, when the music gets soft and just tones down a bit. And funny part though, the funny thing is, there was another photographer at the other end at the back, by the way, and I could hear him or her. I couldn't really tell because it was dark, but I could hear the same do 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 do. So me and them, it was kind of like it was kind of like a dance. Do 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 do. It's like it was the goofiest thing, and honestly, that was the first time I kind of wish I can like not use the shutter, but it's not possible. I have a DSLR. It's funny though. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty funny because after a while I was like, like this is so goofy, and I'm sorry everybody, because I think they could hear my shutter. They could hear my shutter being louder in a way than the performance. Very distracting though, but it was funny though. Me and the other person were going at it. It was just me and another two people. I didn't hear any other person unless there was a mirrorless person, mirrorless camera holder. I will not. I will not know. But it was just me and them, just do do do, and me do 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 do. That was pretty funny. Like it's just a weird thing, but anyways, performance was amazing. So many different dancers, as you can see, pretty cool. Like you should definitely check it out. You should go to their profile actually on Instagram, Chicago Flying Fairies, and follow them for the next events or whatever's coming up next, whenever they're gonna appear. They also have a website, danceflyfairies.wixsite.com/flying fairies. I'll probably, I mean, just so you know, they have a website too, so you could look at everything about the group and history about and future performances. So yeah, that was great. Now, after that, I went to C3 Expo. Now C3 Expo was fun because every time I go there, it's in a different location, which kind of makes it like, oh, it feels like a new con every time. It is a university run con, so of course people are going to be nice. Staff is very friendly. Even security, because security can sometimes be special, but they were nice. They were nice too. So now Columbia College, it's funny because I went there and I was like, I went there as intending to go as a attendee, but I told them like, any chance that you guys have any like press or something like that, any media, and they're like, it's funny because the person that told me, I wish I remember her name. If you ever watch this, I'm sorry I forgot your name, but it's weird because I think I've seen that online, by the way, in Instagram somewhere. Like I look at all of local stuff, so I may have seen you. You never know. Maybe 5 years ago. So it's a small city, small world, as they say. Anyways, she told me, "Oh, actually, you're a photographer, press." Absolutely. I'm like, "Oh, okay." And she also told me it's because there was another group, which I know who they are. They said that they couldn't do it because, well, they backed out. Funny thing, I have an insight to why. It's another group, another media group. They're my friends too, which is funny. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, and it's because they had to do a wedding, so that's why they couldn't go. So when they told me, I'm like, oh okay, sure. Now I don't know how many media people were in there though, but I didn't expect to get press like just like that. But I'm glad I asked. I think this is something that should be a learning lesson for people. That's not really talked about, but it is. It is a thing. People apply for press or media online, which is the main thing people do. It's like the well-known knowledge. But I'm gonna tell you that sometimes some places, or actually, you could try it in every single new place. Be like, oh hi, any chance you guys have vacations, or could get me a media or press pass right on registration? Because I know they never say it like that, but a lot of them like it. They ask, and because you're right there, they see you, and you never know. They may be like, oh, well, actually, yeah, you could go there. Or they're like, oh, you're a photographer, da, 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 and they may give it to you. Like, it happens. It's actually a thing. It's not talked about because it's not something people think about that much, because everybody's so used to applying online. But you should do it. Like, if you go to a con, small one or medium size, actually any really event, you could be like, oh, any chance that I could register, apply for media press pass, here's my credentials, ID, da da da, right on the spot. To be honest, a lot of places like that. So they're like, oh, okay, my name is da 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 da, da, exchange information, and you may get it. So essentially, that kind of happened in C3, because like I say, I was just going as an attendee, but I was like, any chance that you guys give out press application, media applications, and that's where that exchange happened, and yeah, essentially. Now, that should be something that people should know. You never know. Some people like it, or they may hook you up with a pass. Not saying it's 100%, but it's something that people should have, as in their knowledge base. I think it's great. I've seen it many times happen, so 100%. Now, C3, I did record a lot of the dances because I love K-pop. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I kind of stopped doing my K-pop dance training. Yeah, I feel bad about it. It's been like 2 years, but I will get back to it once my life gets back in order. But I did record the K-pop dance team from C3XO. I also got let's see, the cosplay contest, of course. The cosplay contest, very popular. And the whole video is on my YouTube channel, by the way, if you all want to watch it. YouTube, and the videos on there too. I also got like a mini, how you call it, like an overall summary, fun video of C3 Expo. So I didn't capture everything though, because I'm gonna be honest, that was I was kind of like distracted, but still, I got enough stuff that people are like, oh, they get interested, and they're like, ooh, I want to go to C3 Expo. It looks really fun and stuff. And that's what I love. It's really nice. So you should check it out. Columbia College info about it. C3 Expo. They have they already well, their Instagram. I think they have it on the tickets on the app. I forgot what it's called, but I'll put it there. If you want to check them out, their website, and they'll show where you could get the tickets and everything. So really fun. I stay there. Obviously, it's a 1 day con. So, it's actually CTA. The train is pretty nearby. I think it's the Roosevelt train, actually. The Roosevelt. So it's like right there. Just, take a walk in the building. At least last time. I don't know if it's going to be in the same place. I haven't checked. But yeah, it was fun. I had my gimbal. I took my gimbal everywhere, but I had some few problems with it during C3, but at the end, thankfully, it calmed down. Oh, no, it did not. That's something that happened in C3. Two things happened in C3. Okay, this C3 that I went to, I actually ate something that was expired. And I was like, ooh, I feel bad. I mean, I hope I don't, it's not like it doesn't make me feel too sick or whatever. Well, during C3, as the day progressed till the end of the con, it only got worse. I was getting sweaty. I was like, I think I may have passed out, honestly. Not really, but I was feeling pretty bad. So I was like, I felt very weak, and my stomach, my body was just like, don't screenshot that. Anyways, yeah, but still, I had to go. I mean, I had to do what I had to do because I had to capture the video, so people could look at it, see it, and you don't know. People, I may look back in the videos from in the future and be like, hey, that was me. That's when I did that. My first cosplay contest or in Chicago. You never know. I like that. I like when people watch my stuff and also to look at themselves, be like, oh, that was me. But yeah, it was really amazing. I made a few friends there actually, and yeah, it was nice. I definitely recommend it. So check it out. That actually, funny enough, I actually got an email. I think last night that they invited me back into C3 Expo. So of course I said, will I be interested? Yes. So definitely you'll most likely 100% see me there, regardless of what's happening. You know me. I mean, I could be like, oh, I can't do everything's like on fire, and yet next day I'm right there. I still show up somehow. I still don't know how to do it, but yeah, you'll see me in C3 Expo 2026. Maybe I should keep it. I mean, I should keep that secret, top secret. Everybody, cover your ears. But yeah, C3 Expo, amazing, and I'll be there again. Oh, this one's an interesting one. Now, this is not like a anime con. This is an adult con. Now, I was having difficulty trying to figure out how can I put that in my account, even though some people just plain out put it. But how can I put it respectfully on my account? Stuff like that. Adult cons. But really, I mean, like I said, I'm a very accepting person. I'm open. I'm very open about myself. So yeah, it is a little difficult because I don't want to be like, bam, I just post something pretty like, oh, pretty spicy. But anyways, Exotica 2025. I'm gonna be honest, Exotica 2025 is an adult con. Obviously, you could look at all your experiences in there. A lot of people, a lot of stars, a lot of celebrities. But it's not so different in terms of how the flow goes. There's celebrities, people line up to take photos of celebrities, videos. And there's merchants, you buy their stuff, you buy their art. Yeah, I mean, you buy their clothing and everything. So it's pretty cool. Essentially, it's the same as a convention. It's just more for more people who are more open to that kind of stuff. But like I said, accept yourself who you are. Don't be afraid of what Don't be embarrassed of what you like and whatnot. Exotica for me was very fun. One, because I mean, I didn't cosplay, but I definitely went all out. The other thing, I've actually found one of my friends that was working as media there. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I was like, wait a minute. I was just thinking about going to Exotica, but I never think about like applying for Exotica, for media. And I was like, I never thought about it. So I'm like, I'm gonna do that now. Oh my God, it's this year, right? It's January 2026. I'm sorry, my mind's a little all over the place, but it's this year. Oh jeez. Yeah, I gotta come up. I gotta make a a good 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 representation. Texturecosplay, get my media pass hopefully. Even though I'm very realistic, I know stuff I'm a person who has seen everything so many times that in my head I have a little scale like how hard it is to get. Like absolutely not, probably not. You're funny. I mean, probably. I mean, we could try. Most likely, yep. That's my scale. Now, Exotica Media Pass will probably be like, maybe. We can try. But you never know. That's the thing. Never give up. Just keep applying. Here's the thing. A lot of photographers, new photographers that I've seen, that I've met during these past years of conventions, not even anime, just even before that, they always sometimes feel like, oh, they'll never give me one, or they'll never do this. But please apply, just do it, because the application shows them that like, oh, this person, wants to try. They're trying, they filled the application. I know what they're about. I know what they want. Let's see what happens. They want to see what you do. And yeah, it's literally like, it shows you where the door is before, and then there'll be the time where you'll be able to open it, and you'll be right there. So, Exotica, absolutely. I was with one of my photographer friends there, which is kind of funny. I didn't expect them to be there, but they tell me to go every year. I'm like, okay, let's go every year. Let's meet every year. So yeah, I did a video for one of the models there, which is Pamperis. Now, she's a award-winning pole dancer, award-winning dancer, entertainer. The only thing is, of course, Instagram, social medias, they have problems with taking a lot of their accounts down because they're like, oh, it shows too much stuff. But it's BS because you see other people doing like the most down bad things and they never take those videos down. But when a professional does it, it's BS. But anyways, shout out if you ever see this. I made a actually little edit video of the performance that they did when I was there. So it's on my Instagram, so you can watch if you like. But yeah, Exotica, great. I only went one day. So it's this 3-day event. Ladies go for free Friday. So if you want to go for free Friday, there you go. Saturday, but it does go for the whole weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you want to check it out. All right. So now that was my event convention coverage that was the last one before an actual coverage, and then skip to August. From April, Exotica was April, by the way, to August. Fan Expo. Oh my god. It actually was my first time as press with Fan Expo. I'm gonna tell you right now, they always treat me so well. Like, I'm just, it's like I'm not even, I'm not like just hyping them up just for no reason. They're always very nice to me. They communicate very well. And yeah, they treat you like they want you to be there. So I met a lot of my friends, like, oh my god, Bunny Osagi. Sorry, it's just so many names, but I met her. I hope you see this. Hello. She was there with the Idol Fan Expo Idol Fest. Oh my god, I, you know me. I'm like, I love idols. I love the dances. I love all of that. Well, at this point I'm kind of old, but you never know. I may still have some dreams that have yet to be done or accomplished. I may have some ideas. But yeah, that's like Idol Fest from Fan Expo. Please watch it. I also did, how do you call it? I did the cosplay red carpet. I was the first one doing Chicago when they first started doing it. I then didn't go because I couldn't go, but I did it again, and I did the kids cosplay red carpet, so you can watch the adults, the 3 days, and the kids one. So YouTube, you can watch it all there. Fan Expo, what can I say? It's huge, very busy, a lot of friends, a lot of new faces. I definitely recommend it. Definitely recommend all the batteries too if you're gonna take a lot of photos, especially the video. Make sure you get all your stuff because you never know. I also did the walk up contest. I covered them for both of the times, and took quite a lot of photos. You can see on my profile and everything of everybody. Now, after that, I went to, remember the media team I was talking about? It's called Tribe 3 Productions. Of course, because I know I know everybody in there pretty much when they started, and before they started, and then when they started, even bigger. So they have something called Media Day, which is in Parkway Entertainment District, which is literally on the other side of the big parking lot in Rosemont, and they take photos of everybody for free, and everybody. It's really cool, professional photos. It's a fun experience. You all should check it out. I went there right after Fan Expo. By the way, at this point I was very tired, but I did want to check it out because I never gone there before. I never got to see them do all their stuff. So I was like, yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I think that last year it was like raining. It was like a thunderstorm or something. Yeah, and it was kind of cut short. But this year, a lot of people, even people that are not here no more, they went to the other, they went back. They're from another country. Went to the media day. So some even went just for that. And they're from other countries, by the way, because they knew that's how big their influence is. I'm like, damn, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty cool. And yeah, I love that. But yeah, all my friends, it's a fun thing. Make a lot of friends, a lot of photographers too. So you can meet a lot of photographers, a lot of cosplayers. They have their own cosplayers in the team. So yeah, entertaining media day in the entertainment district, Parkway Entertainment District. Wait, let me see. Actually, Parkway Bank Park Entertainment District. There we go. And here's the photo. Some stuff about it. Some photos when they were doing it. But yeah. All right. Right after anime magic. Yep. You all know. No matter what I do, you know, I somehow, even though it's kind of hard because I had to do it back to back. Fan Expo and then next week anime magic. Like I said, I don't know how I did it. I went there all 3 days. I think. Yeah, I did. So yeah, um, anime magic. Well, you already know. You've seen it all over my stories. A lot of artist alleys. This year they had Guy in the Market as their big sponsor. You could tell. We went right in there. They had a whole bunch of stuff, and also they had a food section of different types of food now that you can get. So, hey, they had it was a different layout though. I'm gonna say the layout was kind of interesting because when I first went around, I was like, "Where's the cars at?" It's because when I went around, right when I was in the corner, there was a group of people over there, and they were like holding banners or something. I don't know what's going on, and it's just in my mind, it thought it was like the barrier, like that was the end of that. And then the next day, I was like, "Wait, that's the corner." Then I go back, there's no one there this time, and I'm like, "Oh, it's just an open space, and all the cars are there." I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that's a good place to put them. It feels very just out. Like, oh, it's over there at the area and out to the corner. I don't know. That's just me. But I think. All right, let me pause it here because I don't know if it's still recording. Okay, I had to come back because I had to check if it's still recording. Apparently, I had 2 minutes left. So good thing I checked. Good thing I checked. But yeah, they were all over there, and I was like, ooh, I completely missed them. Yet somehow when I went to the the dealer hall thing, or I've been doing it for years and I forget how they call them, but the register stuff, the people who sell the official stuff, I kind of never went left to go around because it looked like that was the end. So I didn't realize that it still goes and then it opens up to that spot where the cars are. I was like, yeah, I don't think it's a good, it's a good layout. It's very confusing and very weird. Anyways, apart from that, there were a lot of vendors, a lot of vendors, a lot, definitely in a big amount of artists in Artist Alley, a lot of booths. I feel like it may have been very too much. I don't know. It just felt very overwhelming in a bit. I was like, oh my god, like so many, like which I don't know. It may be a good thing, it may be a bad thing. It's just that I've never seen it grow that big or expand just like that. Yeah, I don't know, but it was a lot. It was a lot. Of course, there was a lot of people, and of course, I met a group of friends, the media team again. I always bother them when I can. I mean, I have to. It's like it's my friends. I'm like, hey, try to production. So if you saw them, they actually just released the video on their YouTube channel, so you should watch it. It's the anime magic. Just so happens they released it today, or yeah, it's still 10:53 p.m. It's still the same day, by the way. They released it, so you can go watch it. I'm actually gonna put it. There you go. You can watch it. But yeah, anime magic was fun. It was just so many good memories, honestly. I met my oh my god, a friend. I met a lot of my friends there. A lot of old friends. Maddie and Jocelyn. I don't know if you're gonna watch this, but hello, I see you. Ow. I haven't seen them in a while. Last time I saw him was, I forgot. I think it was Ink, and honestly, they're one of the nicest friends. Like they're always nice to me. I honestly didn't expect them to be there, or at least because they usually go here and there 1 day or 2 day. I managed to call them, so yeah, we hanged out for a good amount of the day. I also met a lot of friends I've met before that, of course, Idol, Anime Magic Idol thing. Idol thing. It was called Idol Magic, Anime Magic 2025, Idol Magic, and of course I recorded it. Now, Idol Magic. I think that there's this thing. It's a little problem that grinds my gears. It's the lighting, because the lighting that they do is very very peculiar. You don't really see that kind of lighting, especially when it comes to idol or stage dances like that. It's like at the bottom and then at the top, but it's like very blue. Usually, when you have international stages with idols, like the International Idol Association, Asians, and organizations, the lights are behind you. They're behind, and they're shining this way. So when they're dancing, you know, it's like the silhouettes and colors and everything, but it's never in their face. Now there is a main light that's supposed to be the main one. It could be even a spotlight circle one, doesn't matter. But you never really put lights on the bottom and then angle it towards them because it looks pretty weird. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It lights them up down there a little. It's kind of weird. And then being a bluish light, whew, it does not look great. If because idols have very vibrant color outfits, to put a blue light, like almost a neon blue light, it washes out all the colors. So it's kind of like defeats the purpose. Like I will not. To be honest, I really hated that. Now, of course, some people have recordings of it and it looks just fine. Because phones, I mean, of course, they're gonna record it just fine. Or if they have it in auto. The thing is, I had a gimbal, a phone, and everything. But here's gonna be a little thing I am gonna say, a little criticism. But because this year in Anime Magic, there was press, but there was no access. What that means? Usually, you could get in a if they're gonna be like a location where they dance, you could go in there and on the seat and get a seat early, or like just get a little spot. But this time it was impossible. You couldn't even get early to get a shot of everybody going in, like the main con floor. None of that was possible this year because there was no access. So, and I mean, it was the first time I ever seen like a lot of general attendees and then left of me, because I was on the left, no, on the right of me. I was on the left side, and then all the people waiting in line. I was like trying to get like if a you'll see. Let me put it. Just a lot of people had press. Like, oh, the whole line was just press, and I was like, it's kind of weird, Like, we have the press or people who are supposed to represent the press. You don't have them, with general attendees because they're supposed to be documenting the thing, or I mean, they could be like, oh, let's see the experience, but I mean, there's always a camera guy, There's always a videographer, photographer. So it's kind of weird that we're all just here and nobody has access. And so nobody can get that shot, Like right there in the middle as everybody's going in, like, yeah, let's go. And that played a giant part in Anime Magic, Idol Magic, because I love idols. I did the Fan Expo idol thing. Absolute success. Looks incredible. Idol Magic. I could have fixed the color. I could have color corrected it there. It's the white balance, really. But the thing is, I'm doing everything manual. Even white balance had to do it manual. But the thing is, since I didn't have access, I couldn't go in, set it up, or anything. I didn't even know what I was going to say. it really all depended how far or how close I was gonna get to the stage. So since I had no access, I was panicking. I was like, what am I going to do? You know, let's just say there may have been a giant company in Japan that said, please record this for us. We would like to see it. Imagine I did not record that. It's like one of those things. I'm just putting out there. I'm not gonna, confirm or deny. I'm just saying, just imagine, right? And they say, oh, can you get that for us? I would like to see. And the magic is very interesting to us. Duh, duh, duh. Anyways, I couldn't get in early. I couldn't get it. And there's another criticism, but I'm gonna say after this one. They have a lot of problems with the mics. It seems it's every year. A lot of sound issues every time it comes when it has to do with the idols. Maybe the other ones, I don't know, but idols, there's always other issues. So what that means is they're never on time. By the way, I did not encounter any of these problems in any of the other cons throughout the year or even last year. It's just, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna be transparent. It was anime magic. Now, like I say, they're nice. They're expanding a little fast, but like I said, this is supposed to be my main con, so I'm gonna focus my energy to this con. I'm gonna be really straight up because I want them to succeed. I don't want them to just grow, and then bam, everything crashes, and oh no, we have no more money. So yeah, the mic issues, I could not get in. I had no idea what's my distance. I'm always prepared, but the thing is, this is very important. Not confirming or denying what I said before. Why? And when they opened the doors, everyone was rushing in, and I was like, what's the point? I'm not even gonna get a good spot. And yet I still walked. Something compelled me to walk in the very front seat, in the middle of the whole thing. There was a backpack there, and I had my camera and my gimbal. I was like, oh geez, kind of panicking, trying to be like, all right, let's see how far, how close. It so happens that backpack was from a performer in Idol Magic, and she saw me, and she's like, oh, we'd like to see here. I'm like, yes, yes, please. I sat in the middle seat of the whole stage. Late. I couldn't get in. By miracle, I got the best seat in the house. Now, of course, the first thing I noticed was the light. I was like, oh, geez. The next thing I noticed, all right, let's start the show right away. Whoa. I wasn't even near ready. And before I was literally testing, calibrating, because like I said, depending how far I close, depending what lens I had. And every lens, I need to calibrate the whole gimbal. That's probably the fastest I ever calibrated something. I'm gonna be honest right now. I'm gonna tell it right now. I didn't even hear my heart, felt my heart. I was just instantly. I was doing it so fast. It was a miracle I even got that. Which is why I'm kind of annoyed by it. This shouldn't happen to anybody, especially if you're media or press. That access is very important because it gets us the footage that everybody's gonna see in different perspective, different outlets, right? So if you're keeping them outside and they don't get a good seat, they may not even go. They may be like, what's the point? I can't even get a good spot. We didn't get access to at least, to look or be here and then get our seat right in front of everybody else. Something. Yeah, I'm not saying let's go to the stage. I'm just saying like there's no access. So press on Anime Magic was pretty strange. It was no different than a general attendee. The only difference was that it was free. By a miracle, I recorded Idol Magic, and that's the thing that really, I don't really get annoyed, but that one really got to me because I was like, geez, 2 miracles. The performer, thank you so much if you're watching this. Oh my god. And then, how do you call it? The calibration process. The fastest I ever calibrated my gimbal lens, everything. Probably not even a minute before it was going to start. I was like, oh geez. And then the lights, very dark on the sides, and this bright ass light in the front shooting down. I call it. It's kind of weird because I call it. It's like obscured lighting. I call it like, like why is it down there? It's kind of weird. Like I said, for me it's weird. I'm like, why are you lighting it that way? Anyways, yeah. At the end, because of that calibration process, I record the first recording. It came a little. Well, it came. She came. She looked overexposed, and I was like, oh no, this can't work. I still recorded it though. The very first one. The second one, I feel so bad because I had to her uh, miss her first performance, which was I couldn't record it because I was recalibrating the ISO color. Essentially, I had to put an low ISO, but I had to cap it at a certain ISO because I didn't want it to go ultra down and low. Just enough that I was like, okay, that's clear enough. Meanwhile, the first thing was going, so because like I said, very dark on the sides and bluish here, and then it's just strange. Like the lighting is just terrible. I don't know why, because you could look at YouTube reference all over the world, lights in the back, spotlight. Okay, so my mic transmitter receiver actually turned off because I've had them out. Just clipped on my camera for like a week. I totally forgot. Right, they've been discharging, so they turned off. Anyways, I was talking about the ISO. I had to change the ISO certain range, so it's not too bright, not too dark. So I had to miss that one performance. But yeah, either way. Now, don't forget, this is for 2 hours. My battery recording 4K I can record 1 hour of 4K with one battery. This was two. So when I had to change the battery, guess what? I had to take it all apart because I can't access the battery. The gimbal's arm is literally blocking it. So I had to take it all apart quickly, put it, calibrate it. Like I said, that's where experience comes in because, oh my god, I was not gonna miss another performance. Like I got the other performers dances, the rest of them, but I didn't get her first one. But I was not gonna. There was no way I was gonna miss another one. So experience. It was very fast because, like I said, they were late. So as soon as one ended, oh thank you. Those da, da, da. All right, now we're here. We have like already. So you know, this is why I couldn't calibrate the color. The only thing I did manage to do was the ISO, but the color was just, oh my god. Because like I said, it had to be look just right. I couldn't do it because it just kept going, going, going till it was over. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm happy I captured it because not everybody gets to watch their performances. Like I said, it's amazing. I love the idol dances and everything about it. So that was the very thing I went to Enemy Magic for. The idol magic. That was the primary focus. Now I do feel like I kind of let them down because the color looks all blue and but I did my best with what I can do. I had no access. The lighting was terrible, and well, yeah, I couldn't even prepare. I mean, because of no access, I couldn't prepare, make sure it's right, and then record. So it's nothing I could do, but I did my best. And to be honest, when people watch it, you'll sing along. You'll, if you like it, you'll forget about it. But for me, though, it makes my work look makes it look like, huh, like that's not the quality you do. I know, it's not, but I had a lot of things against me, and only by two miracles did I manage to even get the whole thing, record the whole performances for 2 hours. So I think that's definitely something that's really bad. I mean, if you have press and you want to record something, I mean, at least give them 5 minutes early so they could go in and set up if they're gonna record. I mean, they could ask them, "Oh, are you gonna record anything and anything? Confirm there are or whatever," and that's it. I mean, that's all it takes because I've never had this problem anywhere else. Now, Fan Expo, I know it's a big con, but even then, it's like known everywhere. It should be known at this point. I asked them. It was actually in a, uh, it was literally like blocked off, and they were like security. And I asked them, "Oh, I'm press. I would like to know where this from because I want to see if I could get there early, prepare, right?" You know what the security did? He stood up. He was sitting down. He's like, "Oh, press, got you. Come over here." Moved the thing and took me straight to the where the program is working ready. And then that's where I met Buddy. And by the way, hi, how you doing? And she's like, "Oh, you want to record and everything?" I'm like, and we introduce ourselves. And she's like, "All right, you're gonna be our, nobody else press, nobody else is gonna be here, just you." I'm like, "That's so cool." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got this. I got this." And yeah, Fan Expo looks amazing. Now, Fan Expo, I was gonna say, okay, let me just say one little thing. The stage and the seats were like this close. Like there's a station and the seats are right there. So you could be like this. So that's the only thing. There was really no space. But so I recorded it on the side. But still, I mean, like I said, way better. Had time to prepare. A whole different experience. That's why I love Fan Expo. The how they treat press because they're so nice. Now, back to Anime Magic. Now, Idle Magic. That's the thing. I'm, like I said, considering all the miracles I had to that helped me and literally all the experience that it came handy because yeah, I mean, calibrate and gimbal everything, put battery bit in and back in less than a minute is insane. Tell somebody that it's like it should be Olympic art, honestly, like color, sound, 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 color, ISO. I do everything manual, but of course I had to do some auto ranges. Even then, it's like, oh my god. But I just managed to get it. The only thing off was just the color. But you know what? I'm happy with what I got. That's the only thing, really. But yeah, I did get the Idle Magic, and I mean, like I said, I love it. And of course, I saw Tribe 3. And of course, oh, oh yeah, and again, Media Day. Wait, was that the other thing? Oh, I'm confused now. No, but yeah, Magic Media Day. Wait, what the? Did it go twice? Well, either way, Media Day, they were there. Cosplayers. I'm looking at my phone, by the way, because I'm trying to remember. I'm like, amazing. Now, the next event after that was actually, of course, well, my friends are really, my I call it, my colleagues at Tribe Crew, especially Adrian. You may know him. He's the CEO of Tribe 3. He called me. He's like, CTV Garage. I'm like, CTV? What's that? Car show. Will you be interested? Yes. Yes, I would. Funny enough, I was gonna actually go to it 3 days before he called me. And I was like, shall I go? Shall I not go? And I was like, it'd be nice to go and record my first car show. 3 days later, I get the call. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going. Yes. So CTV Garage was very interesting. Now, CTV Garage, I've never been in a car show. Well, I have, but not this type of car show. I've been in the, I guess you call the mainstream car auto show, but not in the something like this where it's like a whole bunch of people, different everything. It's just really interesting, like community car shows, or I don't know what you call it, but a car show, and it's really fun. Of course, I met all of my friends from the team there. I didn't do a overall video, even though I should have, but I was like, because I went there to assist with video, so I was like, I'll let them do the video. I don't want to. I know I could have, but I'm like, I'm glad to help because I'm a person that loves to help people. So, you know me, I'm gonna help you. You do your video. Hell yeah, I'm happy to be part of it. That's it. But yeah, it was fun. I met a lot of cosplayers there. Again, I know who all of them are, but I don't talk to them like every day. but I did make more friends with two of them, so you know who you are. um, and yeah, I made one edit, which I did it like half asleep, by the way, which I think is pretty cool. I could have done way better though, but I think the message came across that I like the skyline. Of course, I'm a car guy. I grew up with loving cars and Midnight Club, playing those games and Need for Speed. Oh, don't get me started. But I never been to a car show, funny enough, until that one. Um, but yeah, and that was pretty much the main main big gathering, like big events I went to. The last coverage I did was actually my friend's Hard to Chorus birthday weekend meetup. It was in oh my god, what's that place called? Round One. Forgot. And yeah, I'll show it as well, all the stuff. Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. So funny story. I used to follow them on Tumblr. I knew about their group from Tumblr like way before, like 2017. At least when they were gonna do the city walk, the meetup, and I was like, man, I would like to be part of that, right? Well, it was a while before I saw like any more meetups like that. But also, I deleted my Tumblr around that time because I don't know what happened, and I kind of forgot about it. And then one day, back then, one day, I see that there's KRC group, a fashion group, alternative fashion group and everything, and I'm like that's really cool. That reminds me of like what I wanted to. I wanted to meet the people from the other group from like way years back. It turns out it was them again. It was her again, Hard to Cry. I was like, there's no way. And I look, and then she posted her photo. I looked at her stuff, and that was her. I was like, so that was pretty cool. And I'm honored because I took their group photo when they first came in. I'll put it here. I took the group from their first official KRC meetup. And also, I did a video. You can watch on my YouTube. Short video. Um, I I wanted to go to every meetup, but like I said, time constraints. So I've gone to that one, and I went to another one which was near the park, in the north side somewhere. I forgot, but also photos and also more group chats. And then this one was the third one I went to, which was in round one. It was Hardcore's birthday weekend. So you watched this, hello. But yeah, it's fun. It's everyone's so nice, and of course seeing everybody with their alternative fashion, the fashion they have, like everybody's so creative. I love colors, as if you can tell. So very, very saturation, a lot of saturation. I love it. I want to do one myself in time too, but like I said, I got so much stuff. Doesn't mean I won't do it though. So, but yeah, that's the last thing, last event and gathering meetup thing I did. It's pretty much the whole year. Um, After that, I didn't really do anything. There was no more events. Nothing, honestly. So yeah, 2025. Well, funny enough, UICon is in 2 days, or really in a day, kind of. I don't think I'm gonna go because Rome, it's 2 days, but I would love to see my friends again. At least just to see them, honestly. Or see one friend or two friends, whoever I see. I mean, I would go just for them. And Uchikana did not go because it was cold as hell. Also, my birthday was the day before. So, and that day was like the coldest day in record so far. Of course, my birthday was freezing. It was literally, it was literally Antarctica, kind of. So, and then the next day was still freaking cold. So I didn't go. I mean, could I have gone? I don't know. I mean, like I said, I was kind of, you know, feeling kind of weird because something did happen on my birthday. later in the day I was like, oh god, lifing. But anyways, but yeah, that was the last thing. So far, I missed 2 events, or I missed one already, Ushicon. I wanted to go back, but I don't know. Like I said, I feel like this year, I'm gonna be honest, this year I said I was not gonna go to any anime conventions anymore, but, I can't just rip that part of me, like it may not seem like I'm happy when I talk to anime conventions because I've been through so much just pain and just unfortunate things that happen. But the thing is, even with all of that, I grew up watching conventions. I grew up people going to Western World and in LA Anime Expo, or I don't even think it was called that, but just all of that. And I can't erase that part of me because I was like, one day I'm gonna not just attend, I'm gonna be part of it some way. I'm gonna do those same videos I used to watch, and it's gonna be in history. And yeah, I mean, like I said, that's more powerful than all the pain that I have felt and unfortunate things I've gone through in conventions, you know. And yeah, it's like, even with all of that, I will still attend them, but I will be, more careful which ones I attend, depending how I feel, depending how I'm treated, and if, they get their stuff together. But I won't stop attending, definitely not. Like I said, I still have yet to go to Anime Expo, which I actually had a chance 2 years ago? 2 years ago? Or a year, last year? I don't know, but it was definitely a chance. I could have gone, but it wasn't meant to be, not yet, because I was kind of rushing it. But I will go. I'm definitely gonna go, and I'm gonna go to all the big ones: New York Comic Con. I haven't got to ColossCon. I don't know why. It's like not that far really, but I'll go. I'll be there eventually once I get a lot of this stuff sorted. But yeah, that's it's a part of me. So whether I like it or not, I mean, I like it, but that's the thing with conventions. I can't escape from them. It's a part of me at this point. But yeah, we'll see what this year has in store, considering it's a lot of heavy political stuff happening this year, and even last year. It's just been terrible. I'm going to be honest. Regardless of what you believe, it's very concerning the direction that it keeps pushing itself towards. And I hope the conventions do not get infiltrated, even though, considering how things are going and how TikTok recently, also in the recording of this video a few days ago, it's gonna know your immigration status, your sexual orientation, your gender, everything. Is like, other apps at least are vague in the information gathering, and eventually may know. This is just blunt. It's a government spy tool. I'm just gonna say it. So, yeah, and it's only still January. I hope that there's still a place for people can still enjoy cosplay. You know, be with their friends. And to be honest, a lot of times it's not just because I wanna build my texture cosplay name and everything for myself. Really, they're like, "Who are you doing this for?" They're like, "What do you want to be?" I want to be myself. I want to build this for me and to help the community. You know, they may like the videos that are don't really show. They only show the big stuff, but they don't show everything, little things that happen around. Or they're growing. I like to be another outlet of like what's going on around in the anime convention, and also just convention wise. Because it's nice to look at very different perspectives of everything. You know, so I'm just another outlet. TexturecosplayMedia. So, and also I like when I help community sometimes with photos and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, thank you so much. It looks amazing. Can we use this for whatever?" I'm like, "Yes, you can. Please, please do. Monetize it. I don't care." You know, the point is I'm trying to help. You know, I want you to succeed. And like I said, you know, there's a lot of creators and organizations that in the city, not anime related, but just, you know, in general, don't get attention at all. So I'm trying to get, you know, trying to do my best in what I can. And not just stick to the mainstream, you know, because the mainstream anybody can do. I mean, anybody could use their phone and do cosplay videos too, but many don't do it because they may not even realize they could. Manual controls in some phones, you know, have a little light, you're good. Just don't be so, just, you know, work on your social anxiety and get some cosplay videos. I mean, it's not something from another planet. I may do another one. I only did one just because I wanted just to have one, but I'm probably gonna make another one. Yeah, we'll see where. I have no idea when. Like, we'll see. But yeah, I hope everybody, whoever stayed this long, hope you whoops, hope you like the video. I'm just doing a chill. I'm just in my bed. That's my background, photo background. It's a giant one, but it's perfect. It looks great. You know, not too distracting, and I'm right here. And I got my mic because, yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been trying to record. I've recorded like hours of this video, like videos like this, but I never posted it. I'm like, oh, it looks bad, or I look, maybe I'm a little too intense, and you know, at the end I'm just chill, just, you know, say it well, and that's it. And I think this is the best way. You know, I gotta be transparent with everybody. I gotta be honest. But yeah, you know, hopefully 2026 is more adventures and more cool stuff, regardless of what's, you know, happening, because it's important. You know, I'm just gonna say everybody has to stand up for something. You know, you can't be neutral. You know, like I stand with people that, you know, we have to protect our rights. We have to protect our immigrant community, because who built this? Who's building everything recently? You know, who's your food people? Like, I could go on forever, but you know, we can't betray people like that. Look in history. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it, and it's happening literally now. So, you know, regardless of what you all think each other, we all need to know when something bad is happening and what this can lead to and what it's leading to. You know, everything's political, whether we like it or not. Cosplay is political. Photography is absolutely political. Videography. Who's the one who covers the famous photos when atrocities happen, murder? You know, just protest photographers. You know, who shows on the news? Videographers. You know, news media outlets. It's all political. You know, and the reason all of this came to be was because we all came together. You know, we're like, we gotta do our thing. You know, we gotta stand up for who we are and do it. You know, we can't let a runaway, out of control power tear all of that from us. You know, we gotta stand up for something, and we gotta stand up for what's right. Not be emotionally charged, but what's, you know, for great, for better for everybody. So I hope everybody has a great day, weekend. If you're going through bad stuff, I hope it gets better. You know, you never know who this video may reach. If you lost somebody, you know, condolences. But you know, all the people we lost, they're not really lost. You know, they're always within us. And let your eyes be, you know, let them see the world through your eyes, you know, to continue to see everything, show them the world. So, you know, nothing ever truly ends. It only transforms and becomes something new again. So, thank you everybody for watching. I think this will be the last. You know, I've done hours of videos, and I've kept doing it again and again. But I think this is good. I have a good feeling about this one. But yeah, it's been a long time. I hope everybody's been okay. I feel like some of them feel so disconnected, but you know, I'm still here. I'm gonna be here forever. You know, whatever cover, whatever comes my way, and what fun stuff happens, and whatever it leads. You know. So, yeah, it's like midnight now, but it's okay. I feel great. Um, that's it. So that's my update summary and more about myself, convention, past experiences this year, and everything. At least for now. And I'm gonna make more videos, but they're gonna be like very specific topics, you know, to stick to. So it's not all over the place. This one's only like this just so because I owe people. I feel like I owe people, even though no one's paid me, no one's nothing, but still I care for the community. You know, whether they do not care whatsoever back, it's fine. You know, I just want to be, like I said, another outlet, another light, another star in the sky, you know, to show everybody things in my perspective. So, Danny, Texture Cosplay Media, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.